Hi, Run Your Story family. This is Allison Gilliard with Run Your Story, where every story needs to be heard. And so excited to introduce you guys to my incredible new friend, Tracy Tesauro, who won when we teamed up with My Race Tats. So thank you to My Race Tats for introducing me to Tracy. Absolute gem. And congratulations to Tracy. She won some incredible My Race Tats and just, oh, you guys are going to love her. So I'm so glad they did this giveaway. I'm so thankful for My Race Tats and what they do in the community. And Tracy is a walking mantra. And guys, wait until you hear how a broken wrist leads to her becoming a runner. Wild, absolutely wild. And not only that, but now she helps lead at Camp Gladiator. She's just an absolutely incredible human being, a heart of gold, and she runs for more than herself. And I resonate with that so much. So Tracy, thank you so much for sharing your story. Thank you for who you are as a person and for what you do to make the running community better. I absolutely hope to run with you one day. And we follow each other on social media now, and she posts the most inspirational things. So I highly encourage you guys go and follow her because she's incredible and just so uplifting. And you guys are going to hear that in her podcast because she's that. She's genuine and she cares and she's super fun. You guys are going to love her. I thought about so many people in our running community that would love to go run with her and after the party too. So thank you, Tracy, so much for sharing your story. Again, thank you to My Race Tats for the giveaway that you guys did. And this allowed us to connect with Tracy and absolutely love that. So huge shout out to My Race Tats. Also want to give a shout out to our podcast partner of the month. Guys, Christmas is 1 week away. Holy smokes, 1 week away. And what better place to shop than a place that does good and has a purpose. So definitely go check out our friends at Do Good's Mercantile Company. We love Annie, Chops, and the crew. They're absolutely phenomenal. I was in there looking the other day, browsing as we were doing a giveaway. And let me just say, I had items. I had my eyes on some items and cannot wait to go back. I was told by my husband to stop shopping. So good. Guys, they have everything for littles to, guys, the coffee drinkers, the cutest coffee mugs, the most manliest coffee mugs, candles to home goods. Guys, if you have somebody that's hard to shop for or somebody that wants a cool, unique gift, Do Goods is where to go because not only are they going to love the gift, but you get to tell them their gift did good. Literally, like Do Goods will tell you where this gift has impacted the community, whether it's locally, nationally, or globally. They're going to tell you that. And that's what's so cool about Do Goods is that every piece of item that's in there comes from a place of good. And that is what we need in the world now. And I can tell you that if I had a gift like that, I would cry because I love Do Goods. That's all I'm going to say, guys. All I'm going to say. So definitely go check out my friends at Do Goods. Don't forget to tell them that you want to use your Run Your Story discount. You guys will absolutely love that little discount that they're giving. It's huge for small business. They're local. They care about the community. They do so much good for the communities. And if you want to shop online, you can do that too. Again, thank you to Do Goods for supporting our podcast. You guys are absolutely amazing. Love Do Goods. So, all right, guys, go lace up those running shoes and go run with my friend Tracy, the winner of the My Race Tats giveaway.
All right, Tracy, so excited.
I know I am too. This is so thrilling. Yay.
So we actually met because you won the My Race Tats giveaway.
Yes.
So
Yes.
did you pick out your race tats?
I did.
Yeah.
I got a couple of different ones. My favorite one is, and I know I'm not going to remember exactly what it is, but everything is possible or nothing's impossible. I don't know. I got so many different ones.
I love that.
Yeah. I like to read them when I'm running and
Right.
or trying to run if it's a bad day.
That's fair. That's fair. Mine actually is still on from yesterday's run.
Nice.
So yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And it was a struggle. I'm not going to lie. So
yeah. Some days are. That makes you appreciate the better ones more.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I'm so excited because now we've been following each other on social media.
Yes.
And oh my gosh, you are just such a positive Polly, Tracy.
Aw, thanks.
Oh my gosh, I love reading your social media posts.
I try to not put anything negative on there because I do want to inspire and motivate people like that. makes me happy. That's what I want to do. So
Wow.
that's what I
Job
do.
well done.
Oh,
'Cause
thank you.
you do that so well. I'm like, ooh, Tracy, look at Tracy. Just go, girl. So big shout out to My Race Tats for putting us together
Oh my
because,
gosh, yes, I love
oh,
them. They're so amazing. So amazing.
so let's jump in.
Yes.
How does your run story begin?
So it's funny, and you can tell me to talk less if you need to, but I had broken my wrist, and that's a funny story in itself. But I was at a Bunko game. Yeah, at Bunko, and it's a bunch of girls. You get together, you play Bunko, you eat, you drink, whatever. So I absolutely did not drink that night because the night before I had too much to drink. So I was hurting that day. So I'm like, I'm not going to drink. I'm just going to play Bunko. And as we're leaving, I trip on a lip of a sidewalk, and one of my good friends was on the other side of the car. She said, all of a sudden, I just saw you running towards the car. I hit the hood of the car and then just slid down it. She's like, it was like a cartoon. Like you just hit it, you slid, I fell, and I was out. I was like, oh my gosh, something's wrong, something's wrong. And I ended up breaking my wrist in 2 places. I didn't
Wow.
have to have surgery, but when I got the cast off, I was scared to death to use my wrist. Like I was scared to work out, I was scared to play sports. I was like, I guess I'll try and run. And I had never really run before because when I was younger, I hated to sweat. So I didn't work out, I didn't run, I didn't do anything. So the first time I went out, I think I went not even a quarter of a mile. And I was like, yes. And then I just kept going out and going out. And the first time I ran a mile, I just remember I was so ecstatic. I was so happy. It was really slow, but I did it. And I just went from there. And it was what, 10, 12? Oh my gosh, how many years ago? 12, 13 years ago, I think.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, so I started later in life running, but anyway, that's how I started running because I was scared to death to use my wrist, and so I started running. Yeah,
All from Bunko.
all from Bunko, and not a drop of liquor in me, not a drop of liquor. And I remember my husband said, "Oh, it's not broke. It's not even that swollen. Like it's not even that red." And I'm like, "I'm in a lot of pain." He's like, "Well, we'll go and get it checked out anyway." And yeah, I broke it in 2 places. So I told him he's not allowed to tell me anything anymore because obviously he's like, "Put some
He's
dirt on it. You're
wrong.
fine." Yep. Shake it off. I'm like, no, I don't think that's how it works.
You're like, we're going to get a second opinion.
Right? Maybe a doctor's opinion, but yeah. To this day, I still talk with my friend Courtney. When she tells that story, she laughs hysterically and she's like, I feel bad. I'm like, don't feel bad. It's funny. It is a funny story. So,
Wow. Well,
yeah.
I'm so glad you got into running. I hate you had to go through that.
Yes. But you know what? I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. And that was why, because I don't think I ever would have started running, which means I wouldn't have had made the friends that I have now. And some of them are like my family. They're my family now. So it was definitely a blessing in disguise.
Wow.
Yeah.
So there have been some lessons from running. You want to
Yes.
share some of those?
Yes. It's hard. I think the hardest lesson I had to learn, and it took me, no exaggeration, years to get over. I am not fast.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one of the hardest things that I had to just get over myself, that it doesn't matter that I'm not fast. I'm still doing a mile. I'm still running. I'm still getting out there. And it doesn't matter what pace someone else runs or how far they go. I got to do me. And I have to be comfortable with that. And like I said, I mean, it took years where I wouldn't run with a group, probably for almost a year and a half. I ran solo only because I was like, no, I'm too slow. I don't want to slow people down. I'm embarrassed. But once I got over it, and I just run and I get out there, and it's great to run with people. I still love running my solo runs.
Okay.
But I love being out there with my fronters. So that was the number one lesson. Another one I learned was just enjoy it. Just go out there and try not to put too much pressure on yourself, and just get outside and look around and take pictures and just enjoy it. You've got to enjoy it, else you don't want to do it. And then you want to quit. So, yeah.
These are two really good lessons.
Thank you.
Two really good lessons.
It took years. It really took me years to get over myself and say, just do it. No one cares. Like, just do
Yes.
it. Yeah.
So good. So let's talk about routines.
Yes.
Do you have a pre-race routine?
Yes and no. Like, I'm so bad. People tell me all the time, like, you need to warm up, you need to stretch. But yeah, oh my gosh, I
Yeesh.
get dressed and I just go. I don't warm up, I don't stretch, I just go. But if it's a race day, I will get up early. I'll drink my mushroom coffee, maybe have a little bit of a protein bar, and then go. But if it's just a run, sometimes I'll just get up and go. It's just depends on how my night was before, how early I get up. But for a race, I definitely like to be up at least an hour before I go to the race to make sure I'm prepared. And I think most runners will know what be prepared means in the morning. That coffee and get going. Yeah. So that's about it. Nothing outrageous, nothing. I don't have any superstitions or anything like that. Like just get out there and get ready.
You just go. You're like,
Just
I'm
go.
here. Let's
Yep.
go. Okay.
Just go. Yeah.
That's good. That's good. You're finished with the race. Do you have a post-race routine?
Absolutely. We go out to eat.
Yes, girl.
Yes. That last mile, my stomach's growling, and I'm thinking, where are we going? That's what gets me to the end. If it's a fun race, we get a drink at the race. But usually we'll go out. It's usually Mexican food and a Long Island iced tea. That's my favorite drink. So, yeah, that's our if we have time, that's what we do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That recovery drink is really important,
It
Tracy.
is. And it's the best
Best
tasting
tasting
drink
drink.
ever. It is so good. Yes. And there's no calories after a race. There's no calories.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
like that. Good
That's what
to know.
we tell each other. There's no calories. You eat the nachos, you eat the enchiladas, you eat the queso, you drink the drinks and enjoy it. Yeah. No guilt.
That's fantastic. And you enjoy that post-race drink.
Oh my gosh, it is the best. Yes. Sometimes too.
It's, hey, when you need
Yeah.
recovery, there you go.
Whatever works, right?
So let's shift to running.
Yes.
Do you have a running item that you're like, I will not go run without this?
Garmin. I have a couple of friends or clients that like they'll work out or they'll run and they don't have a watch. I'm like, well, how do you know how far you went or what your pace is or how many calories you burned or how many steps you got? And they're like, I don't know. And I'm like, that's like foreign to me. I want to know how far I run. Like sometimes I won't look at my pace and I don't look at time, but I do like to know how far I've gone or how many steps I've got. I have daily goals. I have weekly goals and I need my Garmin to help me reach them.
So Tracy, you would never be a naked runner is what you're saying.
No, never, ever. In more ways than one. Actually, my Garmin crapped out one time and I had to get a run in and it was the worst thing ever. I kept looking and I'm like, I don't even have my watch. I don't know what's my pace. How many steps am I getting? And it was very stressful. It was very stressful.
I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
No
Did not
naked
like
running
that.
for
No,
Tracy. She's going to have
absolutely
that
not.
watch. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Let's talk shoes.
Yes. Brooks.
Brooks. Okay.
Brooks all the way. Brooks all the way.
Or a certain one.
I like Ghost.
Okay.
Ghost is my number one. I will do some Trace, some Rebel, but mostly Ghost. I was very blessed. I was able to be ambassador for them for a year or two.
Okay.
And then they switched it that only, I think it was like podiatrists or doctors or something
Okay.
could be. So I was sad about that, but I still love their shoes. I've got their Thanksgiving shoes, their St. Patty's Day shoes. I've got their Christmas shoes. I keep messaging them saying they need to get Easter and Valentine's. And they said no. I'm like, those are the easy ones. Like everybody would wear those.
Yeah, especially if you put like a fuzzy bunny like on the back.
Right? Wouldn't that
Like,
be
I mean, they
cool?
did it for Thanksgiving. They did
Yeah,
a
they had
fuzzy
turkeys
back.
on there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I'm embarrassed to say I probably have way too many shoes and they're all running shoes. Yeah.
I don't believe in that.
Well,
when it comes to running
okay.
shoes, you can never have too many.
Never. And then they get transferred to my workout shoes, to my everyday shoes, to my backyard shoes.
So really, it's very economy efficient.
I believe so because
Yeah.
I use them forever and then
Absolutely.
rotate them and yeah. So,
I
but
think it's
Brooks,
great.
I love them.
Okay.
Love them.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Let's talk fuel.
Yes.
What do you like to fuel with?
I usually don't except on race day, which I know is not good because my body doesn't get used to it, but I will use the block chews.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I like the black cherry. I'll use those about every 4 miles. And then I like the salt lick tabs. They have a pineapple, the pineapple ones.
Yes.
Oh my
Mm-hmm.
gosh, it's like candy. So I'll do those like every 4 miles. And everybody's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm taking my salt tabs. I'm taking my chews. I'm good. And then I just drink water during the race. And then I drink noon, the electrolyte tabs afterwards and before. Those are my favorite.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. And then the Long Island iced tea
Yes. And that's,
post
yes,
recovery. Yeah.
water,
Okay.
Long Island. Well, yeah, go back and
It
forth.
it makes sense. It makes sense.
Yep. Moderation, right?
Do you have a favorite running memory?
Oh my gosh, I do. For the past, except for COVID, 4 years in a row, I did the lottery for New York City and I got in last year. So I got to run New York City Marathon last year. It
Yeah.
was amazing. When they say the crowd support is unreal, I felt famous because you're running and everybody's cheering and you hear your name left and right and you're like, yes, that's me. And my friend actually got in for her second year. So we were running together. And at one point, she's like, Tracy, you have to slow down or you're not going to be able to finish because the crowd just had me going. And I was just running. She's like, we have to slow down. But it was amazing because I lived in New Jersey for 14 years. And so we had gone into the city all the time. So to go back there and be able to run the 5 boroughs, and it was just, it was unreal. It was amazing. It was a really great memory.
And there's something special about running through Central Park because you
There
forget that you're in the city.
was.
It's such a beautiful
Gorgeous.
place.
And the only thing I was disappointed, I did start later. So it was dark by the time we got to Central Park. But
Oh,
it was lit up and it was nice. And there were still so many people around, so many people. And even with the late start, the crowd, the fans, I called them my fans. My friends are like, they're really not your fans. And I'm like, well, I
but they
think they
are.
were because they were calling my name. They were cheering for me. They were my fans. But yeah, it was amazing. And then one of our other friends, she had run it, I think it was 2 years before, 2 or 3 years before. She had run it, but she's the only one that got in. So she ran it by herself. And then the friend that ran with me, she ran it by herself. And then last year, the two of us ran it together. So it was nice. And our families met us every couple of miles. And my youngest daughter and her friend ran a quarter of a mile with me at the end in Central Park. So it was
It was
special. It was really
yeah.
nice.
Oh, that's a beautiful
I know.
memory.
I loved it. I got
Oh my
chills even
goodness.
telling it. It was great. Yes, it was
That's
great.
so good. You talked a little bit about solo running. Do you listen to music when you run?
I do. Most of the time
Okay.
I do. If I'm not listening to music, I'll listen to a podcast that's funny because I like to laugh, or I will listen to the Bible recap if I need to catch up on that. But it just depends on my mood. So
Okay.
between those three, it is funny to be listening to a podcast that makes me laugh. And then I'm just running and laughing. And I'm sure people think, wow, she is crazy. But you got to do what you got to do to get through those miles.
Absolutely. So let's talk about your running playlist. Do
Yes,
you have running jams that you listen to?
I do. If
Okay.
you heard my list, I am literally all over the place from gangster rap to country to 80s to 60s to 70s to boy bands. I'm just all over. Headbanger, like it's just all over the place. Yeah.
Great.
I know I can be like, I'll be country and then all of a sudden it's like, get low, get low, get low. And I'm like, oh, this is so inappropriate. It makes me go and makes it go faster. And
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
I try not to
That's
sing the lyrics out loud because one, I can't sing, and two, some of the lyrics are like, wow, maybe you don't say that in public. But good. I love it.
oh, Tracy, that is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Let's shift to recovery.
Yes.
Do you have a favorite recovery tool?
I usually stretch. I'm not the best at stretching, but after a race, I do try and stretch. If it's summertime, I'll go in our pool and I'll stretch in the cooler water. And if it's winter, I'll get in the hot tub and try and stretch in the hot tub.
Oh, that's
By the
good.
time
Those
I
are
get
two
home,
really good.
yeah,
Yeah.
because when I get home from a race, by the time I get home in the winter, I am freezing because you've been sweating, and I'm like, probably TMI, but I strip down, get in the hot tub, and just stretch in the hot tub. And it's relaxing, and muscles get warmed and stretch. And then on the opposite end, in the summertime, to get in that cool water and be able to cool down and turn my face from red to back to normal and stretch. You look about the same coloring as me.
Yeah.
You,
Oh,
you probably get like red. People are like, oh, are you
yes.
okay? You can have a heart attack. No, I just get red. That's it. It's just coloring. It's fine. But yeah, I just try and stretch because otherwise the soreness the next day is like 2 or 3 times worse.
Sure.
Yeah, but just I don't do a lot of rolling. I should because that's better for you, but that's it hurts more, so I just stretch. And my dogs come out and they help me stretch, so that's fun.
That's good.
Yeah.
Hey, I like that you incorporated the pool and the hot
Yes.
tub into it. That's a great idea. I
Yeah, I
like
love
that.
it because it cleans me off too, so I'm not so nasty when I come back in. So yeah, it
Like a
helps.
2-4 there.
Right?
Mhm. So obviously you have a pool. So do
Yes.
you have a cross training activity that you like to do along with your running?
I do. I love Camp Gladiator. I
Ooh,
work
what
out.
is this?
It is an outdoor boot camp.
Okay.
So I started, I want to say 10 or 11 years ago.
Okay.
So basically, you just work out outside, weights, body weight, running. And about almost 5.5 years ago, I decided to become a trainer. So that's what I do for a living now is I am a Camp Gladiator trainer, which
That is so cool.
again, I know it's my passion. It is my passion. And it took me about a year again to get over myself because I don't look like a trainer. Two, I'm a little bit older. And three, I'd never really done that before. And so my trainer at the time, Carrie, I finally got the guts up and went and told her that I wanted to be a trainer. And her reaction was everything. She was like, oh my gosh, that is so awesome. Let's do it. And I never looked back. And oh my gosh, one of the best decisions of my life. Love it.
I love that story.
Yeah, it
Oh my
was
goodness.
so awesome. So I get to train my friends. I get to train young people and older people and in shape people and just starting people. And it's just, I love it. I get up every morning at 4:15 and I am happy to go. I love my job. I don't even think it's a job because I love it. So I love working out and I love training.
So you said you meet outside. So do you meet
Yes.
at places
We
or is it?
do. Yeah. We have, it depends on if you have, a lot of us have contracts, so to speak, like with churches or schools, and
Wow.
we just
Okay.
meet in the parking lot. And some of the trainers have meet in parks, and everybody just signs up through the company and we meet and I run them through a workout and it's their own workout. If they don't want to do weights, they don't do weights. I tell them what to do, but if they want to modify it, they modify it. And we're just a great community. And I love my campers. I love them so much. They're just awesome. And
Wow.
I love my job. It
Yeah.
makes me happy. I love
Oh,
it.
that is so cool. And then you get to incorporate running into that, you said.
Yes, which they
Wow.
hate. And they make fun of me because when I was a camper, I hated running at workouts. I hated
Stop.
it.
Stop it, Tracy.
Yes. And they're like, but you like to run. I'm like, on my own. I don't want to run at camp. Like, I hate it. And so when I make them run, they're like, you hate running at camp. Why are you doing this to us? I'm like, because it's good for you. It's going to build character. And they just make faces at me. Sometimes they curse, not at me, but they curse. And I laugh. I'm like, listen, if you're not complaining, I'm not doing my job.
Oh, that's
So
good.
I love it when they complain. It makes me happy. Yeah. So, I know.
Tracy, where do you live? I'm gonna come work out with you.
Yeah, I'm in Texas. I'm in
Oh, where in
Allen,
Texas?
Texas. Allen.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
just a couple of states away from each other.
If you are ever here, you come and join me for sure. I would love to have you out.
I love that. That's so cool. That is so fun.
Where are you?
Alabama.
Alabama.
Yeah, so we're just a few states away from each
Just a
other.
few. Well,
Just
I
a few.
haven't run Alabama yet.
Oh, we need to get you
So,
over here.
yes. So
Yeah.
you're going to have to tell me a good race to do.
Battleship 12K, hands down. We just had it yesterday.
Okay.
So it's a 12K and it's point to point, but you finish at the huge Battleship. The after party's amazing. It's just It's my favorite race.
We usually do halves, but if that is a good race, I may
It's
have to do a 12K.
fantastic.
Yes, because we're trying
Yeah.
to hit every state. I think I just finished state 18.
Okay.
So I've still got a ways to go, but
Okay.
we're trying to hit all the states. In Alabama, I have not. So
Bring it on. Let's go.
yes,
Yeah.
but it won't be in the
Next year.
summer.
No, absolutely not. No, this one's in November. Although yesterday was abnormally hot. It was, yeah, but it was a beautiful day to run. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, that sounds amazing. I'll have to check it out.
Okay. Next
Definitely.
November, I will remember to tag you
Yeah,
and be like,
definitely.
come and I will give you all the Alabama hospitality.
Yes.
Yeah.
That'd be perfect.
And we can do a workout before.
Yeah. Well, listen, let's not
The
go
day
crazy.
before. The day before. How about that? The day before.
Yes, the day before might be better.
Tracy's like, no, Allison, you're going to die before the race. You're going to die before the race. Let's talk about a bad race because we all have them. And as you said earlier, with my race tats, sometimes we have a bad day
Yes.
and we just need that extra encouragement. So, is there a race that you're like, was not my favorite or it was not my best race?
Any summer race is not my best race. Between the heat and the humidity, it gets me every time.
Mm-hmm.
But I would have to say my worst race that's coming to mind, it was the Wounded Warrior race. Now, great cause, fantastic cause, but we were delayed, I want to say almost an hour because of rain and thunderstorms and lightning.
What?
Yeah, and it's in June. Yeah, so then the sun came out and burned away the clouds, and the humidity was like 1,000%, and then it's 100 degrees, and it drained me.
Sure.
It was the worst. So yeah, I would say that's probably my worst. Although I'm not gonna lie, I've had several bad races, and it's usually because of the heat and humidity that really gets me.
Yeah.
I getting over myself, and if I walk, and if it is a 3-hour half, it's a 3-hour half.
Yeah.
I still finished it, right? I didn't quit.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Girl, the humidity struggle is real.
Right?
Oh, my word. Especially, and I will tell you this, there is nothing worse. It's like what you said, after a brutal rain, and then you see the heat evaporating from the road.
Yes, you can see the waves. You're like, oh my God.
It is absolutely a nightmare. You're like, this is disgusting. And you feel gross because you can't breathe at all. And then
And
you
you're
just feel
sweating.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yes, you start cramping up at the end, and and you can wring your clothes out. And,
You can taste the salt on your face.
yes, you got the white marks.
Yes.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
a great look. However, one thing I love about summer races is it makes your winter running fabulous.
Yeah, it does.
Like you run and you're like, oh wow, I feel great. Like I feel good. This is awesome. I do like that transition time. You're like, this is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What winter though?
Right. The one day we have winter. Although one year we got to run in the ice, which was fun.
Yeah.
Do you know the trick to running on ice?
No, what is it?
You put fuzzy socks on your shoes.
On top of your shoes.
Yeah, just like put them over your shoes like you would your foot.
Okay.
And you go out running. You don't slip and slide.
Shut up.
I know. It works.
How did you find that out?
I don't even remember. Someone told us. And
who thinks of fuzzy socks?
I know, because my one friend bought, what is it, the tracks that you put on your shoes like that. And I was like, I don't want to spend all that money. Plus, I feel like I'm going to fall or something.
Yeah.
And one of my friends said, oh, I read you put fuzzy socks on your shoes. I'm like, okay, whatever. So I put them on and we went running. I was like, this is awesome. Yeah, you don't slip. They're ruined afterwards, but you don't slip, and you get to go out and the crunch and the quiet and the white, beautiful. That's my favorite running, is running in the snow.
That is crazy, Tracy.
Because it's so peaceful. Like it's so quiet. And the crunch of the snow. Oh gosh, I love it.
Now you really make me want winter.
Yeah. I love winter. I love snow.
I love winter, but we
don't get it that often.
We don't get it.
No.
Yeah. obviously you get to work with people of all different levels. So
Yes.
what is advice that you give to somebody that says, hey, Tracy, I want to start running or walking? What is something that you tell them?
Well, the first thing I tell them is it's your race, your pace. Don't worry what anybody else is doing. You don't know their story. You don't know where they are in
Yes.
their
Yes.
story. And I was telling people this before I believed it myself.
Mm.
So to be telling people and then I would hear it and be like, why don't I listen to myself? But that's one of the first things I tell them is don't worry about anybody else. You worry about yourself. You do the best you can and go from there. And again, try and enjoy it. Find something that brings you happiness because that's what's going to keep you going and keep doing it. You're going to have good days. You're going to have bad days. And if you didn't have bad races or bad workouts, you couldn't enjoy the ones that are good. You wouldn't appreciate them. So really, that's it. Just keep trying. Don't quit and just do you. Don't worry about anybody else.
Oh, that's good. That's really good.
Thank you. I like that. I wish I would have listened to myself sooner, but
That's right. Yeah. It's hard. It's hard, man. It's hard.
it is. It is.
When you want to quit, when you want to give up, do you have a mantra? Do you tell yourself something to keep going?
I do. I don't know if you've heard of the group I Run For.
No.
It's
Okay.
I Run and the number 4.
Okay.
And it is a group that, oh man, I'm going to kill myself. What is his name? Michael. Oh, I can't think of his last name that started it, but we all have running buddies. So we're matched with someone who can't run. And
Oh,
so we
you
run
run.
for them. So my running buddy is Livy, and it's a God match for sure. She's a twin and she was born with epilepsy and she can't run, and her family is very much into the Epilepsy Foundation and doing research and raising money. And so when we got matched, not only was running for her, but I was raising money for that. I've been able to meet them several times. I'll send you a picture.
I love
I
it.
know, it's so awesome. They are, Haley and Livy are, they're a year younger than my youngest. So they're 19. They're about to be, they're about to be 20. Oh my gosh, they're about to be 20. But yes, she is amazing. So when I am like, oh, this is tough, or I want to quit, or I'm like, Livy can't run. I'm running for Livy. I can't tell her I quit a race. I can't tell her that it was tough, so I didn't do it. Like, I can't do that. I can't tell her sister that I did that because her sister is her biggest advocate. I can't do that. So I run for Livy. So I even have a tattoo on my back.
Stop.
I do. I got it. I have a scar and I wanted to cover it. So I got a beautiful purple butterfly and it says, I run for Livy.
Oh, Tracy.
I know.
Ah, my heart. That's the coolest thing.
Thank you. I love. They're the
Oh.
best family.
Yeah.
I couldn't have asked for a better match, for real. Yeah.
Well, thank you for doing that. That is
Oh, thank
absolutely
you.
incredible.
It is. It's an incredible
Oh.
group. It really is. The stories that you hear. So many people are so close, and they meet each other, or they surprise them at the race, or it's just.
Oh,
It's amazing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's incredible. Well, so you've mentioned that you have a goal of running a half in every state.
Yes, ma'am.
So what other goals do you have for running?
Oh gosh, to never stop. I want to. You see those 80, 90-year-old men and women that they're not only running, like they're crushing it. Like
Yeah.
I want that to be me. Like I want to be that old woman that's running, and girls and boys alike are gonna be like, oh my gosh, she's still running. Look at her.
Yeah.
I want to still be moving and running with my grandkids and my great grandkids. Like I want to be moving and healthy for them. Yeah, that's my goal. I want to hit those 50 states. I want to get 100 plus halves. I want to keep moving and keep running.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. I don't want to be stuck on a couch or in a wheelchair. Like I want to be active.
That's so good. When you think about going out to run, do you have a favorite length, whether it's race day or it's a training run where you're like, ooh, my magic miles. Like this is my favorite amount to run.
If it's race day, it's definitely a half.
Okay.
It's challenging enough, but very doable.
Mm-hmm.
I'm done with marathons. I say that. I
Sure.
never say never.
Yeah.
But I said my last marathon would be if I got into New York City, and I did. So right now it's still, that's my last. So halves. But as far as training runs, I would say my favorite is like 6 to 7 miles.
Okay.
Like to me, for me, that is a good, hard training run. But again, it's doable and I still feel good after. So 6 to 7, I feel is like a really magic number. Although on my races, my favorite mile to hit is 10.
Okay.
On every one of my races, I have a picture with a 10-mile marker. And I don't even know how I started.
Okay.
I did it on my first half, and I'm not sure why. Maybe because that was the first time I had ever hit 10 miles. But ever since that first one, I take a picture at mile 10.
Okay.
Yeah. So I can send you one of those too. But
I was gonna ask. I was like, how does one go mile 10?
I
like
don't
it.
even,
Okay.
again, I think I might have done it my first race, which was on my own, because I think it was the first time I had hit 10 miles. Because before that, I'd gotten to, I think it was either 9 or 9.5 was the most I had done.
Wow. I like how you just kept it going though. You're like mile 10 every
Yeah,
race now.
every race. And some of the pictures, you can see it in my eyes. I'm just like, 10. Let's just get this picture over with and done. Like, let's just go.
That is great, Tracy.
Yeah. You can, like, I'm smiling, but if you look, my eyes are dead. Well, I couldn't get the smile up there. I just
You're
couldn't.
like, some things have happened. I'm
Yes,
not okay. I still
yes,
have another 5K to go.
yes. People say, "Oh, it's only 3 miles." Oh my gosh! Sometimes that is more than I can handle. I have to go mile to mile.
That's
That's
right.
it, mile to
Yeah.
mile. Yeah,
Yeah. 100%. I'm definitely a countdown. Okay.
yes,
Okay. I got 9 more, 8 more, 5
yep,
more. Yeah.
yeah.
I get it.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Tracy. Hilarious. All right. When you are running, what are you passionate about?
When I'm not running,
Mm-hmm.
oh, so many things. First of all, my family. They're so supportive. And I count a couple of my fronters, is what I call them. My friends and runners, I count them as my sisters. So they're lumped in with my family. But family and friends, I'm very passionate about. I love volleyball. I love playing volleyball. I can
Okay.
send you a funny video on that, by the way. I love playing volleyball. I'm not the best, but I'm decent and I love that. But I would say my passion is just spending time with family and friends and staying active, just being outdoors, doing something. Yeah.
That's
Going,
fantastic.
going out for a Long Island, I'm not going to lie. Going out with friends is top of out there having fun, laughing, dancing, hanging out, all that.
So,
Definitely.
so the Long Island is not just a recovery drink.
No, ma'am, it's not. Unfortunately, it's not. It is a between that and Fireball, those are my go-to drinks. So, yeah.
Stop it.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
We just went to California to run the Golden Gate Half. And of course, out there's Napa. I
Uh-huh.
don't do wine.
Uh-huh.
So
Okay.
I take my flask and I put Fireball in it. And so
Stop.
I do. I take
Do
my
you?
flask of Fireball. They drink their wine and I do my little sips of Fireball.
No.
Yeah.
You'll love this story. I'm gonna tell you a story,
All right.
Tracy. It's about my friend Katie and I. So there's this race called Azalea Trail that we do. And it's a big party through Mobile. Okay. So you run it through the neighborhoods. And
Oh,
yeah, so you
love
run in the
it.
neighborhood. People come out and cheer. They have mimosas. There's this guy. So we're booking it. And it's as hot as can be. It's one of those humid runs. And it's a 10K. So we're already like, okay, we're getting tired. Well, this guy's standing in the neighborhood in the road and he will not let us pass. And he has a plate of Fireball. And he's like, you have to take one. And we just look at each other, we're like, no. It's you can already see it on our face. We're hot, we're
Yeah.
tired, we're done. He's like, no, you need to take this. And we're like, no, it's good. And he's like, no. He was very adamant. And we were like,
You gotta
what?
take it.
We're looking at each other, what do we do? And we're just like, fine, okay, we'll take it. Just so we could go. We take it. And we look at each other and we're just like, oh, this is gonna be bad. So Tracy, that's amazing because all I can tell you is the Fireball was coming back up during the race. And when we crossed the finish line, our friends were genuinely concerned. They're like, are you guys okay? We're like, no, we're tasting Fireball.
How
Like,
big was it? Like a regular shot?
it was a cut. It was
Yeah.
It was a lot of Fireball. That's all I gotta tell
Yes.
you. It was a lot.
So I will tell you that when we run collectively, if there is an alcohol, beer, or shot, we stop and take it. We do. Now, I don't drink, again, I don't
Oh,
drink
you bring your
beer.
own flasks too.
Yes, I don't take my flask on the run. But if there's Jello shots, we stop and take it. If there's Fireball, we stop and take it. If there is whiskey, like regular whiskey, which is nasty, we will stop and take it. What else have we done? My friends do the beer. I don't do that. But there have been races. We did Rock and Roll NOLA,
Okay,
which is
yeah.
amazing. I was
Party Central.
yes, I
Yeah.
was heartbroken when they stopped that one because that was
Yeah.
our favorite one. But and my friend Kim, I blame her. It's her fault. Kim, yes, I'm calling you out, and she knows it. We went drinking the night before. I might have woke up still drunk. Ran the half at about mile 10 or 11. I'm not even exaggerating when my body went, no, ma'am, you are done. And I was like, oh, I have to finish this. I was cramping. It was sad. We got to the split, which is, I don't know, like 2 miles left, maybe 3 miles. They had Jello shots. I was like, oh my gosh. And I tell you, I took the Jello shot. I took the Jello shot and finished the race. I didn't do anything after the race, but I still took that Jello shot. And I blame Kim. It's all her fault.
That's because you're a trooper. You are a
We
trooper,
are a
Tracy.
trooper.
You are.
It's the hair of the dog. I'm telling you, the hair of the dog works every single time. Yeah. So, yeah, we stopped for
Tracy.
every alcoholic offer. We're like, okay, we'll do it. And sometimes I'll be like, just this much, but I will still do it.
So the question is, how did you feel the next day from
Fine.
running? Yeah,
I
from running
actually,
and the alcohol.
yep, I actually felt good because all I did was drink water after that. I was just like, no. Mm-mm. Later that night, I probably did partake a little bit, but I got so much water and noon in me. I was like, okay, I'm feeling better. And
Okay.
Mexican food or, yeah, queso and chips, definitely.
You were like all the things.
Yeah, all the things. Let's go.
Oh, that is great. Oh, Tracy, you were so fun.
Oh, thank you. We
Well,
try. We have to make it fun.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, you don't want to do it.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Tracy, do you have any final words of wisdom, my friend?
Some running partners. I love my solo runs, but there is nothing better than running with your friends, talking about everything imaginable and feeling that connection and knowing someone else is going through that, laughing so hard that you have to walk and bend over and stuff, like tears running down your face, your abs hurt. There is nothing better than that connection when you're running, and get out there and cheer someone on. Like there nothing better than cheering someone on at the finish line and seeing, you can just see in their face like they're not going to make it, like they're just dying, they're so miserable, and they cross that line and their smiles and their happiness. There is nothing better than cheering someone on. So
Absolutely.
just find a local race you can go to, cheer someone on, even if someone you don't know, just go out there and cheer them on. It is amazing. Volunteer, hand out water, make them laugh, all that good stuff. But yeah, and enjoy the race. Stop and take pictures. I don't think there's any race, even the ones that suck, we get at least 5 pictures.
Okay.
Okay, look, is that something that we can get a picture of? Yes. We got a picture with a dead pig once. I don't even know why it was there, but we're like, no one's going to believe us. If we don't get this picture, no one's going to believe us. So we got a picture. So one time I took a picture with a horse. It bit my hand. I had a bruise and a cut.
Stop.
I know. It's just, it makes stories. Yeah, it makes memories. So take pictures, have fun, and just find those fronters that you run with and enjoy.
Oh,
Definitely.
Tracy, you are definitely a front runner in Texas. You are just so
If
fun.
you are ever out here, I'm not even joking. You let me know, and you've got a place to stay, and we'll go out and you can run with me and my fronters. And if we do races around our neighborhood, the guys will meet us at different places with the alcohol and the candy. So we'll do a pretend race, and we'll hook you up. We'll hook you up for sure. Yeah, it'll be so much fun.
Oh my heavens.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. You are too much fun, Tracy. I'm so thankful for my race tats for
Oh
putting us
my gosh,
together.
me too. This was so much fun. So much fun. And if I can inspire just one person or just make someone laugh or smile, then you know what? My job's done. It's good.
Well, job done,
Yes.
confirmed. It's absolutely
Yay.
great.
What is
Oh,
that in the background?
that would be the dog.
Okay. I was like, is that a turkey? Like I couldn't tell. Oh, it's the tail. That's why it was the tail. I was like, does she have a turkey in her house?
Yes, yes. In Alabama, I do have a pet turkey. So
I have a friend in Decatur that has a pet turkey, and she's wanted one for years. She's taught it to sit on her shoulder.
stop it.
Yeah, she has pictures. I
Stop.
can send you that. I have so much to send you. Yes, she has a picture. And she's one of my bully friends, my bully running friends. I went out one time. She's like, how many miles do you want? I'm like, I don't know, like 8, 10. We did 11 miles. I was
Whoa.
so mad at her.
Okay.
I was legit mad at her, but yes, she's my running bully friend. So yeah.
Hey, we need those. We need those in
We
our life.
do. We do. And I've been a bully friend before, so it's full circle.
Oh, Tracy, you're
Oh,
amazing.
no, you are. Thank you for having me. Oh my
Absolutely.
gosh. I have loved this.
How fun is Tracy? So much fun. And I just thought, I cannot wait for her to come run in Mobile with our local running community because she would have so much fun. And I'm already thinking about Allison Swan and my mom who runs, my runner mom. I think she would absolutely adore her. They're just, it would be just so much fun. Just such a fun group to run with. So Tracy, cannot wait for you to come to Mobile. You have to make a trip because I have the most epic running community that would just love on you so well. And we would have an epic running party just for you. So Allison Swan knows how to throw them. So it's all I got to say. And thank you again, Tracy, so much for sharing your story and for your heart and for who you are and what you're doing in the running community. Oh, you're just a gem, my dear. And thank you again to My Race Tats for making this possible. The giveaway that we did with My Race Tats, they supported the podcast, they support the running community. I recently used their mantra tattoo this past weekend, and it was incredible. Absolutely needed it, and they are amazing. So definitely check them out. Love My Race Tats. So thank you guys so much for all that you do. And as always, thank you to Do Goods Mercantile being our podcast partner of the month. Guys, definitely go check them out. Go get that Christmas shopping done there or for yourself. That's all I got to say. Go shop there. Tell them thank you for supporting Run Your Story. They love the stories. They're so amazing. And I love everything about Do Goods. Annie Chops, thank you for believing in this podcast and the run community and making our community better as a whole. You guys are absolutely phenomenal. Guys, go to Do Goods. Shop for a purpose. Buy with a purpose. Just go do some good at Do Goods. And thank you to our incredible editor, Greg Gilliard from Gilliard Tech Services. He is so busy building websites, so definitely reach out to him if you need to update one or you want to create one. He is your go-to. He has done a phenomenal job. We have some big things coming for our website in 2025, and so he's been busy brainstorming with us, and I'm just so excited for all that he's doing. And he has a lot to do with Run Your Story, and he gives up his time to edit the podcast and to make sure that our website is up and going, and we appreciate him so much. So definitely go check him out at Gilliard Tech Services. To our Patreon supporters, I love you guys. I hope that you are so proud of this podcast. Cannot believe this year is almost over, and we have such big things in store. And so if you want to join the Patreon family, we would love to have you. There's different tiers that you can join. and just like different running events you get to sign up for. You get to sign up on different tiers, and we are so excited for all the things that are to come. We have some big announcements coming in January, and our Patreon supporters are going to flip. So super pumped about that, and can't wait to share that with them soon. And with our running community, we have some really cool news coming. So this has been an absolute joy to be able to meet Tracy and to share her story. We share local, we share outside of Alabama, we share hopefully one day outside of the United States. And so we thank you to everyone who listens. We see you, we hear you, we thank you. And your stories, they need to be heard. So we love being able to share them. We are honored beyond all matter. And so thank you to our Patreon supporters, because you make this possible. And we are forever grateful to our Patreon supporters. So make sure you like, share, and comment, guys. Make sure you share Tracy's story. She is phenomenal. She's amazing and such a great story. So thank you to everyone who's a part of the Run Your Story community. You make this possible, and I don't know how to stop dreaming. And so this is an incredible moment. So we're always dreaming big things for Run Your Story, and it's because of this community that we get to do that. So until next time, guys, go run your story, because every story needs to be heard.